What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Geeked Out Nation as we go ahead and take a look into High School Musical, the series. I'm totally excited to go ahead and watch this with you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Now, very quickly, this is part of our pilot program where we go ahead and just watch the pilot episodes of different shows. This week is High School Musical, and I'm so excited to watch this with you guys. I'm a very big fan of the movies. It came out in a very important time in my life when I actually was in school and in high school. And I just felt so like attached to the movie because it just felt so real to me. You know what I mean? Like I saw the first film when I was in middle school, and when I was going to high school, I really legitly thought that how High School Musical was how high school was going to be. Unfortunately, it wasn't anything like that. But that was like the mindset that I had going into it. But long story short, ladies and gentlemen, it's such a great movie all the way around. Great franchise, if you were to ask me. I'm so excited to see what this show is going to be about. Very curious, actually, to see what this show is going to be about, because the way that they titled this, okay, it's titled High School Musical, the musical. It makes it seem like as if it's a play or something. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but, you know, the title kind of tells us that. But I could be wrong. Of course, we need to go ahead and take a look and see what this show is going to be all about. So I'm very excited to see what they decide to do with this and how they're going to make it their own show. You know what I mean? And make it kind of feel different than the movie, if that's what they're trying to do. I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to do. Of course, we need to go ahead and take a look into it to really see what it's like. So I'm very excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to see what this show is all about. So if you are a fan of the show, if you are a fan of what we do here in Geeked Out Nation, feel free to leave the like, comment, subscribe. And of course, check us out on our Patreon. If you guys want early and unedited episodes, you guys know what to do. Feel free, check us out, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, let's get this next one started, man. I'm so pumped up. Here we go, man. This is High School Musical, the series. Here we go.
Oh, and this is my costume in Act 2.
Flawless, love it.
I do know she's a singer. I'm not familiar with her work, but I do know she's a famous singer, I believe. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, so I apologize.
That's good, right?
Summers are no man's.
Her friend, we stand, a singer and songwriter. So far, this is pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Sue me.
Yeah, no, I know, Mom, but if you could just float me one car payment. The principal says it takes 2 weeks for payroll to kick in. Oh.
Oh.
No, not you, Mom. Gotta go.
Hey there, I know you're new here, but FYI, your assistant needs a hall pass if he's gonna be late for class.
Oh, Lord. Hall pass. Oh.
I just want to be clear. This new drama teacher may live in a Hollywood dream world where we're wild.
We got a hater over here.
Where the East High Leopards always have been.
And so I say to my mom, looking...
Person I go to for advice is currently on our honeymoon in the cafeteria.
I was about to say, don't embarrass yourself, dude. Okay.
Think things over.
What is there to think over?
It has nothing to do with you, okay? It's gonna be fine, bud.
This is crazy.
I mean, is he kidding with this? Shouldn't he be on an airplane right now to Chicago? I hate musicals. I just think it's weird when people, like, burst into song in the middle of the street.
Dude, that's a musical.
Okay, listen, I'm auditioning for this thing tomorrow, and nothing is gonna stop me.
Do you even know the plot of High School Musical?
Of course. It's about Zac Efron dancing with a basketball.
Wrong. Boy having to choose between being true to his friend Chad or following his heart with Gabriella.
Why do you know so much about High School Musical?
Because the movie's awesome.
They play it on a loop in my allergist office.
It's all right. Just admit it. It's awesome.
The point is, you're out of your league here, man. All right, you can't pull this off, and you don't have the hair for it.
Yo, that is so funny. I'll come back to this, ladies and gentlemen. I truly will. To what he said right there. They're like, oh, this is part of it? I'd be like, I thought we were just singing.
Great. That's it for the warm-up.
That was the warm up.
Right. Warm up. What?
Not with a friend. Theater is a community.
Hi. A transfer student.
And we're back.
Okay. I thought we could be friends. Maybe not.
It's the second day of school and you've already damaged equipment in my new lab.
In my defense, I was studying.
You're giving me uncommon depth. Ms. Darvis?
I'm dying. I'm deceased, yes.
Your application says you play piano?
I dabble.
You ever written a song?
I mean, nothing I've ever shared with anyone.
And how about we have you read for Kelsey?
Oh. I was definitely not expecting that. But I love Kelsey. Kelsey was awesome.
For Gabriella.
Okay.
I love Kelsey because she was always the one like coming up with the music. She's awesome.
I think he'd rather play Sharpay.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That is so fresh.
I like that
People
too.
think a theater
Switch it
teacher's
up.
job is to put on a good show, and they're not wrong. But we're really in the business of saving lives. Give us your tired, your poor, your chosen last for dodgeball. You're safe here.
This is my nightmare.
Yo, he is so mad.
But if you get the DVD out, just know that I borrowed it from the library. Without, you're just gonna be out of town for like a month, right?
Oh my God,
You
you.
probably have no reception in the woods. Maybe we should just like chill for a minute.
Why would you tell her after she told you she loves you?
Take a temporary pause. Am I too late? Am I too late?
We're all set on Troy's. We're low on Chad's. You can read after the gathering.
We're low on Chads.
Family choice scenes in the movie.
Troy would have arrived on time.
Thanks. Let me do the talking.
What I couldn't see, I never
He's like, oh, I could do that too. What they both need to do is sing with her. That's what y'all need to do. Who's gonna be the Troy?
I know that something has changed. Never felt this way. And right here tonight, this could be the start of something new.
That's cool.
It feels so
Because she got her eyes closed and she's thinking. That's awesome.
oh, and now looking in your eyes, I feel in my heart.
Word to Gabriella. Because that's like not even a word your parents say to each other anymore.
Okay, I get it.
doesn't mean that you
Wow. Wow.
Maybe it just means you were waiting for the right time to say it. So that everyone.
He's doing it.
So much has happened, think of what we've done.
This is so cool.
Time that the earth has traveled round the sun. Winter, spring, summer, and
Oh, he ain't stupid. He knows what that song is.
we've been together hand in hand through it all. Like the way that we go. And I love
She's mad. She's like, no.
I think I kinda you know. Guess I'm saying I don't not love you.
Oh.
You know.
Mmm.
Oh.
Hashtag ultimate comeback.
That happened.
I thought it was good.
Hey! What are you doing here?
Smart.
I'm auditioning.
You hate musicals.
That's a little harsh.
We got kicked out of The Greatest Showman because you kept yelling, "That's
Clear! Carlos is posting the cast list.
Dang, that was quick. I thought we wouldn't find out till like the next episode or something.
In the old days, teachers would wait 2, maybe 3 days to
Right.
test.
Pull up, Wildcats. It's about to get real.
Oh, it is. It definitely is. Oh, it's already over? Oh, man. That was quick. Let's take a look at this, though, you guys. All right. Oh, wait. There's 6 more minutes. Let's keep it playing. Is there more stuff they're going to show? Oh, it's nothing. Wow, that's a long end credit sequence. 6 minutes of just showing credits. That's crazy. But anyways, that's our episode, ladies and gentlemen. Season number 1, episode number 1 of High School Musical, the series. And boy, ladies and gentlemen, this was awesome. It really was, man. It really was a good first episode, man. I really appreciate what the creators did with this. You know, going into this, it's easy to just copy and paste a movie and turn it into a show, I feel like. They didn't do that. They actually made this feel like their own thing. And I really appreciate the creators doing that. Me being such a huge fan of the originals, to me, I kind of went in this not really like, I was excited, yes, because I was very curious on seeing how this was going to play out, but I was worried too. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, like, that was my mindset going into this. When I first heard of this show, that was my mindset. But no, I really liked everything that I seen from this show. It was fantastic. I definitely want to give credit to the creators for making this show feel like its own thing. You know what I mean? Like, I could sit here and say, oh, have you seen the TV show? Have you seen the movie? They feel like two separate things. And I really appreciate them doing what they did here. Now, let's speak about what we seen in this show. This show is awesome because the way that it felt, this did not feel like a Disney show whatsoever. This felt like a show that's probably on, like, Prime TV. Is Disney considered, like, Prime TV? I thought, like, the major Prime channels were, like, Fox, ABC. I'm not sure exactly on all of the major, like, Prime channels, but, like, this show feels like that kind of quality kind of shows. This feels like a Modern Family, but for kids, if that makes sense. The way the camera work was working, it looked so good. So good. Very much like Modern Family. Very much like Abbott Elementary. I guess that's just the new style, man. I think that's just the new way of creating shows. I mean, Office, for example, the Office also has moments of, like, the camera, the way they zoom in, the way they're breaking the fourth wall, talking to us. They did a fantastic job with this first episode. And I really like how dark this show got in the very first episode. I love that we were definitely talking about very tough topics, which, again, when we were watching this together, I was like, there's no way Disney made this. Now, of course, they have made this, but it's like, as I was watching, it did not feel like a Disney show, if that makes sense. For example, our main character, Ricky, and I love the character. I love the story, too, that was being told here. So, Ricky, this here is something with Ricky's character. So Ricky, we end up finding out that his mom and dad are currently dealing with possibly a divorce. Okay, we know that Ricky's mom is no longer in the picture. We see dad is very frustrated trying to cook dinner, but he can't quite, do it like how mom probably could do it. We have Ricky who's like, look, I'll just call her. It's fine. She'll tell us what we need. And he was, super like, oh, don't do that. Don't call your mom. I got this, which tells me that they're either in a very serious situation where they're possibly getting divorced or probably separated. You could tell that dad is definitely taking it hard. And it goes back to the moment when we find out that Nene tells Ricky about this moment of I love you. So early on in this episode, we see that Nene tells Ricky I love you, and he's like doesn't know what to say. And you guys heard it from me. You guys see my reaction. I'm like, oh, Ricky, come on, don't do that. Like you can't just walk up and leave after hearing your girl tell you something so big like that, right? But when we end up watching the whole episode through and find out that Ricky is probably scared of love because he's seen firsthand what it did to his mom and his father. They're currently not on good terms. And it didn't really register with me until he sang that song at the end. Even though this is a Nene song, you could see that he definitely has fear of love because of what he's seen with his mom and dad. And that is probably most likely the reason why he didn't tell Nene he loves her. Oh, this is such great storytelling, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. This was a really, really great, fantastic episode. Once again, I have to give credit to the creators for separating it, making this show feel like its own show. And they did it in such a beautiful way that it just makes sense. It's so amazing to be able to come back and walk through these halls. Now, I know I'm not literally walking through these halls and going through the cafeteria or seeing the theater again, but again, I'm a big fan of the movies, and of course I watched them a bunch of times. So to see that they actually have, I don't want to say set, because I'm pretty sure this is an actual school, right? Like, I think they filmed like an actual school. I could be wrong, okay? I'm not sure if this is a set of theirs that they have. Long story short, we are back in that school where High School Musical was shot. And that's so awesome to me that they acknowledge the movie in this kind of way. And they're making a musical about the movie. Like, it's so good so far in this very first episode where I don't know where we go from here. You know what I mean? Like, this is so awesome, man. This is so awesome. I'm completely blown away. Definitely give credit to the kids as well. The kids did a fantastic job, Again, they could have easily tried to copy and paste a character from the movie, but they didn't do that. They made their characters their own characters, and it makes sense. It makes sense, and oh boy, this is awesome. This really was, and it definitely surprised me. It definitely blown me away, and I'm very curious to see more about this show, to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of curious to see how much darker it could go and will go, fantastic episode. As you guys see, I'm speechless, man. I'm completely speechless. Like, oh my goodness, man. I'm smiling because it was so damn good. It blew me away. I didn't expect this, ladies and gentlemen. I did not. Very quickly, so when High School Musical came out, shortly after that movie, I think Camp Rock came out. And I was such a High School Musical fan. I'm like, screw Camp Rock. I'm not watching none of that. Now that I'm older, of course, I will appreciate the film and I will definitely go back and watch it. But that's how much of a hardcore fan I was with High School Musical. Now, is there any viewer that's watching this that felt the same way? Like, did you guys ever watch High School Musical back then, the movie, and was just like, oh, I love it so much. Screw everything else that tries to compete with it. That was me. And I kind of feared that going into this show, I was going to feel that same kind of feeling like, I like the movie too much. I don't care about the show. Nah, man, they did a great job in this first episode, and I'm so good. So good. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, tuning in with me. Feel free to leave the like, comment, subscribe. Feel free, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. This was a fantastic first episode. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say. Anyways, thank you guys once again, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, you guys.